Welcome to Mindleapic, your sanctuary for soothing, sleep-inducing tales from the ancient world. Tonight, we begin a 15-part journey through the mysteries of the past, exploring the tranquil stories of Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization. These are tales of gods, kings, and cities born from clay, crafted to calm your mind and guide you into a dreamy escape. Perfect for bedtime or unwinding, our stories unfold in simple English, as gentle as a desert breeze. If these tales soothe your soul, please like this video. Subscribe to Mindleapic for more serene stories, and leave a comment below. Tell us where you're watching or listening from, your country, your city, and the local time. Settle in, close your eyes, and let the whispers of Mesopotamia carry you into a restful night. Imagine a vast, formless void, where darkness swirls like a gentle mist, untouched by time or light. This is the beginning, the ancient Mesopotamian tale of creation, told by scribes under starry skies, in the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, where reeds sway and waters flow softly. The first gods emerged, their presence as calm as a still lake. This is the story of the Enuma Elish, the Babylonian creation myth, a quiet hymn carved on clay tablets, its words echoing through the ages. In the beginning, there was only Apsu, the sweet water abyss, and Tiamat, the saltwater sea, their currents blending in a silent dance. From their union came the gods, their forms misty, their voices a low hum. Lahmu and Lahamu, gods of silt, rose first, their shapes soft in the watery void. Then came Anshar and Kishar, the horizons of sky and earth, their embrace steady under an endless night. The gods multiplied, their laughter a gentle ripple, but their noise disturbed Apsu, his patience thin as a reed. Apsu, seeking silence, planned to destroy his children, his whispers cold in the abyss. Tiamat, motherly and calm, urged peace, her voice like waves lapping ashore. But Ea, the god of wisdom, learned of Apsu's plan, his mind sharp as a stylus. With a spell, Ea lulled Apsu into a deep sleep, his form sinking into the depths, his power fading quietly. Ea then crafted a home, the Apsu, a sacred chamber where waters stilled, its shadows cool and serene. Tiamat, angered by Apsu's death, took a new consort, Kingu, and raised an army of monsters, their scales glinting faintly. The gods, fearful, sought a champion. Marduk, Ea's son, stepped forward, his eyes bright, his cloak shimmering like a starry sky. He agreed to fight, his condition simple, to be named chief of the gods. The council, gathered in a quiet hall, agreed, their voices low, their tablets sealed with clay. Marduk armed himself, his bow steady, his net woven with care, his winds a gentle force. The battle with Tiamat was vast yet calm, like a storm seen from afar. Marduk faced her, his net cast wide, trapping her monstrous form. He sent winds into her jaws, her body swelling, her scales trembling softly. With an arrow he pierced her heart, her form collapsing into the sea, its waters stilling under a gray dawn. From Tiamat's body, Marduk shaped the world, her ribs the sky, her blood the rivers, her tail the mountains, their slopes gentle under a fading moon. He set stars in their courses, their light soft, and divided time into days and nights, their rhythm steady as a heartbeat. Marduk then created humanity, mixing Kingu's blood with clay, his hands molding figures in a quiet act. The first people awoke, their eyes wide, their lives tied to the god's will. They built cities, their walls rising slowly, their bricks baked under a warm sun. Marduk, now king of the gods, ruled from Babylon, his temple, the Esagila, gleaming with lapis lazuli, its ziggurat touching the heavens. The gods rested, their work complete, the world a serene tapestry of earth and sky. From this myth, we turn to Uruk, one of Mesopotamia's first cities, its walls rising in the land of Sumer, around 4000 BCE. Uruk stood by the Euphrates, its waters lapping gently, its fields lush with barley. The city's heart was the Eanna Temple, dedicated to Inanna, goddess of love and war, its mud brick walls glowing in torchlight. Uruk's people, farmers and scribes, lived simply, their days filled with the soft clink of tools and the murmur of prayers. Their homes, built of reed and clay, stood in neat rows, their roofs shaded by date palms. Uruk's king, Gilgamesh, became legend, his story told in the Epic of Gilgamesh, etched on clay by lamplight. He built Uruk's walls, their bricks sturdy, their height a quiet boast. His reign, though mighty, began humbly, his heart seeking wisdom under a starry sky. The city thrived, its markets bustling with traders, their goods, pottery, wool, piled under awnings. Scribes wrote in cuneiform, their styluses pressing wedges into clay, recording grain and laws, their work a silent rhythm. Uruk's ziggurat, a stepped tower, rose to honor Anu, the sky god, its stairs worn by priests' sandals. Offerings of bread and wine rested on altars, their scent mingling with incense. The city's gates, guarded by statues of lions, opened to caravans, their camels plodding softly. Uruk's story, like the creation myth, was one of order from chaos, its bricks a testament to human hands, its gods a whisper of eternity. This tale, with its gentle beginnings, mirrors the Colosseum's own creation, a monument born from vision and labor. Marduk's shaping of the world, like Rome's arches, was a quiet act of creation, its legacy enduring through time. Uruk's walls, like the Colosseum's stones, stood firm, their shadows a silent story of a people's dreams. As we drift toward the next part, we will explore the rise of Sumer's city-states, their kings and temples shaping a civilization. For now, let the soft lapping of the Euphrates linger in your mind, like a river guiding a silent night. Let us continue our soothing journey through the mysteries of the past, drifting deeper into the tranquil tale of Sumer's city-states, where mud brick walls rose under a gentle Mesopotamian sun. Imagine a land of shimmering rivers, where cities like Eridu, and Lagash flourished, their temples glowing in torchlight, their kings ruling with steady hands. This narrative unfolds with the calm rhythm of a reed boat gliding on the Euphrates, carrying us through the growth of Sumer's civilization, its gods, and its quiet achievements. Settle deeper into this serene story as we explore the boring yet captivating details of Sumer's early days, a gentle chapter in Mesopotamia's dreamy legacy. By 3500 BCE, the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers was a cradle of life, its marshes teeming with fish, its fields golden with barley. Sumer, in southern Mesopotamia, birthed the world's first cities, their foundations laid in clay, their walls baked under a warm sky. Each city-state was a world unto itself, its ziggurat a beacon, its people bound by shared gods and labor. Uruk, the greatest, set the pattern, but others, Eridu, Lagash, and Nippur, grew, their streets humming softly with traders and scribes. Near the Persian Gulf, thrived by the Euphrates, its waters lapping gently against mud-brick quays. Its ziggurat, dedicated to Nana, the moon god, rose in steps, its summit catching the silver glow of moonlight. Priests climbed its stairs, their robes swaying, offering wine and grain, their prayers a low murmur. Ur's royal cemetery, uncovered millennia later, held treasures, golden harps, lapis beads, buried with kings, their tombs silent under the earth. The city's markets bustled, their stalls shaded, the air sweet with dates and bread. Eridu, older still, was sacred to Enki, god of wisdom and water, its temple built on a mound, its bricks worn by time. Legend held that Eridu was the first city, born where the gods touched the earth, its waters a gift from Enki's hands. Fishermen cast nets in its canals, their boats gliding silently, while scribes recorded offerings, their styluses pressing wedges into clay. The temple's altar, warm with incense, stood under a starry sky, its light a quiet guide for the faithful. Lagash, to the north, was a city of artisans, its workshops alive with the soft clink of hammers shaping clay and bronze. Its king, Eannatum, left a legacy carved on the stele of the vultures, a stone slab showing his victory over Umma, a rival city. The stele, etched with care, depicted soldiers marching, their spears steady, vultures circling a silent battlefield. Lagash's temple to Ningirsu, god of war and rain, gleamed with offerings, its priests chanting under a clear dawn. Nippur, the religious heart of Sumer, housed Enlil, lord of the air, his temple, the Eker, a sacred mound where gods met mortals. Pilgrims walked its paths, their sandals soft on the earth, bringing gifts of sheep and oil. Nippur's scribes, trained in the tablet house, wrote hymns, their cuneiform neat, their tablets drying under a gentle sun. The city, though not a political capital, held Sumer's soul, its ziggurat a quiet link to the divine. Each city-state had its king, or Lugal, chosen by the gods, his crown simple, his palace modest. Kings oversaw canals, their waters channeled to fields, ensuring harvests under a warm sky. They led armies, their battles small but fierce, fought over water and land, their shields glinting faintly. Priests held equal power, their voices guiding rituals, their hands offering barley to altars. The people, farmers, weavers, potters, worked in harmony, their lives a steady rhythm, their homes cooled by palm shade. Sumer's cities shared a script, cuneiform, its wedges pressed into clay, recording laws, poems, and trade. Scribes, trained from youth, sat in quiet schools, their tablets piled neatly, their work a silent thread binding the cities. The Epic of Gilgamesh, begun in Uruk, spread to other cities, its verses whispered by firesides, telling of a king's quest for immortality, his heart heavy under starry nights. Trade linked Sumer's cities to distant lands. Caravans crossed deserts, their camels plodding softly, carrying wool and grain to Dilmun, a port on the Gulf, its harbors calm. Boats sailed to the Indus Valley, their reeds sturdy, bringing lapis lazuli, its blue gleaming like the sky. Markets hummed their goods, pottery, seals stacked under awnings, the air filled with the soft scent of sesame oil. Sumer's gods watched over all, their temples the heart of each city. Inanna, Enki, Enlil, and Nana shaped daily life, their statues draped in linen, their altars warm with offerings. Festivals filled the streets, their music lyres and drums, soft and rhythmic, dancers moving under torchlight. The gods' myths, like the descent of Inanna to the underworld, were told in hushed tones, their lessons a quiet guide for the living. This era, with its gentle growth, mirrors the Colosseum's creation, a monument built with care and vision. Sumer's ziggurats, like Rome's arches, rose to honor the divine, their bricks enduring through time's quiet pull. The city-state's unity, fragile yet strong, reflects the Colosseum's balance, its stones a testament to human dreams. As we drift toward the next part, we will explore the rise of Akkad and Sargon's empire, a new chapter in Mesopotamia's story. For now, let the soft hum of Ur's markets linger in your mind, like a breeze through a silent city. Let us glide deeper into the soothing mysteries of the past, settling into the tranquil tale of Akkad and the rise of Sargon, the first empire builder in Mesopotamia's gentle history. Imagine a land where rivers flow softly, where mud brick cities gleam under a warm sun, and a single king unites scattered tribes with a steady hand. This narrative unfolds with the calm rhythm of a caravan crossing a quiet desert, carrying us through Sargon's conquests and Akkad's fleeting glory. Settle deeper into this serene story as we explore the boring yet captivating details of Mesopotamia's first empire, a gentle chapter in its dreamy legacy. By 2400 BCE, Sumer's city-states, Uruk, Ur, Lagash, and Nippur, thrived in southern Mesopotamia, their ziggurats rising like steps to the heavens, their fields lush with barley. Each city was independent, its king and priests ruling with care, their disputes over water and land settled with small battles, their spears glinting faintly under a clear sky. But change loomed like a soft shadow over the Euphrates as a new power rose in the north. Akkad, a city destined to unite the land under one crown. Sargon, Akkad's founder, began as a humble man, his origins cloaked in myth. Legend tells of his birth in secret, his mother a priestess, placing him in a reed basket to float on the river, its waters lapping gently. A water drawer found him, raising him in a simple home, its hearth warm under a starry night. Sargon grew strong, his heart bold yet calm, his eyes fixed on the horizon. As a young man, he served Lugal-Zagassi, king of Umma, his loyalty quiet but unwavering, until ambition stirred within him like a gentle breeze. Around 2334 BCE, Sargon seized power, his rise swift but measured. He overthrew Lugal-Zagassi, his former master, in a battle near Uruk, the clash of bronze soft under a somber dawn. With Umma's fall, Sargon declared himself king of Akkad, a city north of Sumer, its walls rising from the plain, its gates guarded by statues of lions. His crown was simple, his palace modest, but his vision vast, dreaming of a land united under one rule, its rivers and fields bound by his will. Sargon marched south, his army small but disciplined, their sandals soft on dusty roads. He conquered Uruk, its mighty walls yielding, its ziggurat silent under his gaze. Ur fell next, its moon god Nana's temple untouched, its priests bowing quietly. Lagash followed, its artisans pausing their work, their hammers still. Sargon's conquests were steady, his battles fought with care, his victories sealed with treaties, their terms etched on clay tablets drying under a warm sun. By 2300 BCE, Sargon's empire stretched from the Persian Gulf to the northern mountains, its borders as wide as the Tigris's flow. He called it the land of Akkad, its people speaking Sumerian and Akkadian, their tongues blending like rivers meeting. Sargon built roads, their stones laid with precision, linking cities from Akkad to Susa. Caravans moved slowly, their camels carrying grain and lapis lazuli, the air sweet with the scent of cedar. His governors, loyal and stern, ruled distant cities, their decrees whispered in quiet halls. Akkad, the capital, grew grand, its walls fortified with mud brick, its gates gleaming with bronze. Sargon's palace, though simple, housed scribes who recorded his deeds, their styluses pressing cuneiform into clay. The Enlil temple, sacred to the air god, stood at the city's heart, its altar warm with offerings of wine and sheep, its priests chanting under a starry sky. Markets bustled, their stalls shaded by palm fronds, traders bartering wool for silver, their voices a low hum. Sargon's daughter, Enheduanna, was a poet-priestess, her words a gentle hymn to Inanna, goddess of love and war. Appointed high priestess in she wrote prayers, their verses carved on tablets, her voice a whisper in temples. Her poetry, the first known by name, praised the gods, its rhythm soothing as a lullaby, binding Sumer and Akkad in shared devotion. Her statue, serene in Ur's temple, gazed over altars, its stone cool under torchlight. Yet Sargon's empire faced challenges, like ripples on a still lake. Rebellions stirred in Sumer's cities, their people restless under Akkadian rule. Sargon quelled them, his armies marching with steady steps, their shields glinting faintly. Droughts tested the land, fields drying under a relentless sun. But Sargon's canals, dug with care, brought water, their flow a quiet lifeline. His reign, lasting over 50 years, ended in old age, his body laid in a simple tomb, the empire mourning under a somber dusk. Sargon's sons, Remush and Manashtushu, ruled next, their reigns brief but firm, their battles fought to hold the empire's edges. Naram-Sin, Sargon's grandson, brought Akkad to its peak, his conquests reaching the Zagros Mountains, his steles boasting victories, their carvings sharp under a clear sky. Yet his pride, declared divine, angered some, his statue worshipped but whispered against. Akkad's fall came slowly, its cities weakened by invasions and famine, its walls crumbling like clay under rain. This tale, with its gentle ambition, mirrors the Colosseum's creation, a monument built from vision and toil. Sargon's empire, like Rome's arches, united a scattered land, its legacy enduring through time's quiet pull. Akkad's rise, like the Colosseum's stones, was a testament to human dreams, its story whispered in the desert's silence. As we drift toward the next part, we will explore the code of Hammurabi and Babylon's rise, a new chapter in Mesopotamia's story. For now, let the soft glow of Akkad's torches linger in your mind, like a fire warming a silent night. Let us drift further into the soothing mysteries of the past, settling into the tranquil tale of the code of Hammurabi and the rise of Babylon, a city that became Mesopotamia's shining star. Imagine a land where the Euphrates flows gently, where mud brick towers gleam under a golden sun, and a king's laws carve order into clay. This narrative unfolds with the steady rhythm of a scribe's stylus on a tablet, carrying us through Hammurabi's reign and Babylon's quiet ascent. Settle deeper into this serene story as we explore the boring yet captivating details of a civilization's peak, a gentle chapter in Mesopotamia's dreamy legacy. By 1900 BCE, Mesopotamia was a patchwork of city-states, their walls standing tall along the Tigris and Euphrates, their ziggurats reaching for the stars. Akkad's empire had faded, its cities scattered like dust under a desert sky. But new powers rose, their ambitions soft but steady. Babylon, a modest town on the Euphrates, began to grow, its markets humming, its temples glowing with torchlight. Under its kings, Babylon would become a beacon, its name whispered across the ancient world, its legacy as enduring as the rivers. Hammurabi, born around 1810 BCE, became Babylon's sixth king in 1792 BCE. His crown simple, his gaze calm but sharp. A man of vision, he ruled with a steady hand, his palace modest, its halls lit by oil lamps. Babylon, then a small city, stood by the Euphrates, its waters lapping gently against mud-brick quays. Hammurabi dreamed of greatness, his heart set on uniting Mesopotamia, its cities bound under one law, like reeds woven into a basket. Hammurabi's conquests were deliberate, his armies marching with quiet resolve. He defeated Elam in the east, its mountains looming under a somber dawn, and subdued Mari, its walls yielding to Babylonian spears. Larsa fell next, its fields fertile, its temple to Shamash, the sun god, untouched. By 1755 BCE, Hammurabi's empire stretched across Sumer and Akkad, its borders as wide as the river's flow. He governed with care, his governors stationed in distant cities, their decrees soft but firm, etched on clay tablets. His greatest legacy was the Code of Hammurabi, a set of laws carved on a black basalt stele, its surface gleaming under a clear sky. Standing over 7 feet tall, the stele showed Hammurabi before Shamash, his hands raised in respect, the god's rays glowing faintly. The code, written in Akkadian cuneiform, listed 282 laws, their words precise, covering trade, marriage, and justice. An eye for an eye, it declared, its justice strict but balanced, like scales in a merchant's stall. The stele stood in Babylon's temple, its shadow cool, a quiet guide for the people. The laws protected the weak, their words a shield for widows and orphans, their rights etched in stone. A farmer who failed to maintain his canal faced fines, his fields left dry under a relentless sun. A builder whose house collapsed owed repairs. His shame whispered in markets. The code set wages for laborers, their coins clinking softly, and prices for goods, from barley to oxen, ensuring fairness in Babylon's bustling stalls. Scribes copied the laws, their styluses pressing wedges into clay, their tablets drying under a gentle breeze. Babylon, under Hammurabi, grew grand, its walls fortified, their bricks baked in kilns, their gates guarded by lions of glazed clay. The Asagila, Marduk's temple, stood at the city's heart, its ziggurat towering, its summit catching starlight. Priests offered sheep and wine, their chants a low hum, while pilgrims walked the processional way, its stones smooth under sandals. Markets thrived, traders bartering lapis lazuli from distant mountains, their voices soft under palm awnings. Hammurabi's canals, dug with care, watered fields, their crops feeding a growing city. Boats glided on the Euphrates, their reeds sturdy, carrying grain to distant ports. The king's palace, though simple, was a hub of scribes, their records of taxes and harvests piled neatly, their work a silent rhythm. Festivals filled Babylon, their music, lyres and drums, echoing softly, dancers moving under torchlight to honor Marduk, the god who raised the city high. Hammurabi ruled for 43 years. His death in 1750 BCE mourned under a somber dusk. His son, Samsu-Iluna, inherited the throne, his reign steady but challenged by rebellions, their sparks faint in distant cities. Babylon's empire waned, its borders shrinking like a receding tide, but its legacy endured. Its laws copied by scribes for centuries, their tablets preserved in clay. The city remained a center of faith, its ziggurat a quiet link to the gods. This tale, with its gentle order, mirrors the Colosseum's creation, a monument built to unite and endure. Hammurabi's code, like Rome's arches, was a framework of balance, its laws as steady as stone. Babylon's rise, like the Colosseum's games, was a moment of glory, its story whispered in the desert's silence. As we drift toward the next part, we will explore the Epic of Gilgamesh, a tale of a king's quest for immortality. For now, let the soft glow of Babylon's ziggurat linger in your mind, like a star guiding a silent night. Let us glide deeper into the soothing mysteries of the past, settling into the tranquil tale of the Epic of Gilgamesh, a story etched in clay that whispers of a king's quest for immortality. Imagine the ancient city of Uruk, its mud brick walls glowing under a Mesopotamian moon, where a hero's journey unfolds through quiet forests and distant seas. This narrative flows with the gentle rhythm of a stylus carving cuneiform, carrying us through Gilgamesh's adventures and his search for meaning. Settle deeper into this serene story as we explore the boring yet captivating details of Mesopotamia's greatest epic, a dreamy chapter in its timeless legacy. Around 2100 BCE, Uruk stood as a jewel of Sumer, its ziggurat towering by the Euphrates, its waters lapping softly against reed boats. The city's walls, built by Gilgamesh, gleamed with baked bricks, their strength a quiet boast under a starry sky. The Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest stories known, was told by scribes in hushed tones, its verses recorded on clay tablets, their wedges pressed with care. Found millennia later in Nineveh's ruins, the epic's words carry the calm weight of a distant age, its hero both mighty and mortal. Gilgamesh, Uruk's king, was part god, part man, his strength vast, his heart restless, his beauty shone like the sun, his steps heavy on Uruk's streets, his palace simple but grand, its cedar doors warmed by torchlight. The people of Uruk, farmers and weavers, labored under his rule, their voices soft with complaints. Gilgamesh, eager for glory, built walls and temples, his hands shaping the city, but his demands tired the people, their sighs rising like a gentle breeze. The gods, hearing their pleas, crafted Enkidu, a wild man born in the steppe, his hair long, his body strong as clay. Enkidu roamed with gazelles, his steps silent in grassy plains, his heart free under a clear sky. A hunter, awed by his strength, sent Shamhat, a temple priestess, to tame him. She met Enkidu by a watering hole, her robes flowing, her voice soft as a lullaby. For 7 days they lay together, their bond gentle, Enkidu's wildness fading like mist. He learned human ways, his hands holding bread, his eyes gazing at Uruk's distant walls. Enkidu entered Uruk, his presence a quiet challenge. He faced Gilgamesh in the marketplace, their struggle fierce but measured, their fists meeting like stones. The fight ended in respect, their friendship sealed under a starry night, their laughter a low hum. Together they sought adventure, their hearts bold, their steps steady. They journeyed to the cedar forest, guarded by Humbaba, a monstrous giant, his breath a fiery whisper. The forest loomed, its trees tall, their shadows cool and still. Gilgamesh and Enkidu, armed with axes, entered the forest, their blades glinting faintly. Humbaba roared, his voice echoing softly, but the heroes fought with courage, their strikes precise. With Shamash, the sun god, guiding their hands, they felled Humbaba, his body sinking into the earth, the cedars silent. They cut a great tree, its wood fragrant, crafting a door for Enlil's temple in Nippur, its surface gleaming under a gentle sun. The heroes returned to Uruk, their triumph quiet. The city's gates open under a golden dawn. But the gods, angered by Humbaba's death, sent a curse. Enkidu fell ill, his strength fading like a receding tide, his dreams dark under a somber sky. For 12 days he lay in Uruk's palace, Gilgamesh at his side, his tears silent. Enkidu died, his body still, his spirit drifting to the underworld, its shadows cool and endless. Gilgamesh wept, his heart heavy, his grief a quiet storm. He wandered Uruk's streets, his cloak torn, his eyes searching the horizon for answers. Gilgamesh's quest for immortality began, his steps leading him through deserts, their sands warm under a relentless sun. He sought Utnapishtim, a man granted eternal life by the gods, living across a distant sea. Gilgamesh crossed mountains, their peaks misty, and faced scorpion men, their tails still, their voices low. He passed through a dark tunnel, its walls cold, emerging into a garden of jeweled trees, their leaves glinting softly. By the sea he met Siduri, a tavern keeper, her words gentle, urging him to embrace life's fleeting joys. Undeterred, Gilgamesh sailed to Utnapishtim, his boat gliding over calm waves, the sea reflecting stars. Utnapishtim, old as time, lived on an island, his home simple, its roof shaded by palms. He told Gilgamesh of the flood, a tale of gods cleansing the earth, his ark built of reeds, surviving under a gray sky. Immortality, he said, was a gift beyond mortals. His voice calm as a river. Gilgamesh, challenged to stay awake 7 days, slept, his dreams soft, his failure quiet. Utnapishtim gifted him a plant of youth, but a snake stole it, its coils silent in the water. Gilgamesh returned to Uruk, his heart wiser, his steps slow. He ruled with care, his palace a haven, its hearth warm. The epic ends with him gazing at Uruk's walls, their bricks enduring, his legacy a quiet song. The story, told by firesides, soothed listeners, its verses a lullaby for the ages. This tale, with its gentle quest, mirrors the Colosseum's creation, a monument of ambition and endurance. Gilgamesh's journey, like Rome's arches, sought eternity, its lessons carved in time's quiet stone. Uruk's walls, like the Colosseum's, stood firm, their shadows a testament to human dreams. As we drift toward the next part, we will explore the Sumerian gods and their temples, the heart of Mesopotamia's faith. For now, let the soft rustle of Uruk's cedars linger in your mind, like a breeze through a silent forest. Let us drift deeper into the soothing mysteries of the past, settling into the tranquil tale of the Sumerian gods and their sacred temples, the beating heart of Mesopotamia's ancient faith. Imagine a land where ziggurats rise like gentle hills under a starry sky, where priests chant softly in mud-brick sanctuaries, and the divine shapes daily life. This narrative unfolds with the calm rhythm of incense rising from an altar, carrying us through the worship of Inanna, Enlil, Enki, and others, and the temples that honored them. Settle deeper into this serene story as we explore the boring yet captivating details of Sumer's spiritual world, a dreamy chapter in Mesopotamia's timeless legacy. By 3000 BCE, Sumer's city-states, Uruk, Ur, Eridu, and Nippur, flourished along the Tigris and Euphrates, their fields golden, their rivers flowing gently. Each city was a sacred space, its people bound to the gods, their lives a quiet offering. The gods, believed to dwell in the heavens, descended to temples, their presence felt in the flicker of torchlight. Temples, or were the center of Sumerian life, their mud brick walls gleaming, their altars warm with gifts of barley and wine. Built on raised platforms, they stood like beacons, their shadows cool under a warm sun. In Uruk, the Iana temple honored Inanna, goddess of love and war. Her statue draped in linen, its eyes of lapis lazuli glinting softly. Priests and priestesses, their robes flowing, offered prayers, their voices a low hum as they poured oil on altars. Inanna's myths, like her descent to the underworld, were sung in hushed tones, her journey through darkness a tale of loss and return. Her temple, adorned with mosaics of reeds and lions, glowed under a starry sky. Its gates open to pilgrims bearing flowers. In Nippur, the Ekur temple was dedicated to Enlil, Lord of the Air, the god who granted kingship. His ziggurat, its steps worn by priests' sandals, reached for the heavens, its summit catching the moon's silver glow. Enlil, believed to control storms, was honored with sheep and incense, their scent drifting through quiet halls. Scribes recorded his hymns, their styluses pressing cuneiform into clay, the tablets drying under a gentle breeze. Pilgrims from across Sumer traveled to Nippur, their steps soft, their offerings laid in silence. Eridu, the oldest city, housed Enki, god of wisdom and water, in the Abzu temple, its name meaning House of the Deep. Built by a canal, its waters sparkled, reflecting a golden dawn. Enki, creator of humanity, was said to guard knowledge. His myths told of crafting men from clay, his hands gentle. Priests poured water on his altar, its ripples calm, while fishermen prayed for full nets, their boats gliding silently. The temple's walls, painted with fish and waves, stood serene, a quiet link to the divine. Ur's ziggurat honored Nana, the moon god, his crescent symbol glowing on temple gates. By night, his light bathed the city, its streets hushed, its people dreaming under his watch. Priests climbed the ziggurat steps, their robes white, offering milk and dates, their chants blending with the Euphrates' soft flow. Nana's myths, of his travels across the sky, soothed listeners, their words a lullaby etched on clay. The temple's courtyard, shaded by palms, welcomed worshippers, their prayers a gentle murmur. Temples were more than sacred spaces. They were Sumer's heart, managing land and trade. Priests oversaw fields, their harvests stored in granaries, the grain counted with care. They lent barley to farmers, their contracts sealed on tablets, ensuring fairness under a clear sky. Artisans crafted statues, their chisels tapping softly, creating images of gods with eyes of shell and stone. Markets near temples bustled, traders bartering wool for silver, their voices low under awnings. Festivals filled Sumer's cities, their music, lyres, drums, and flutes echoing softly. The Akitu festival, honoring Marduk in later times, saw processions along the processional way, statues carried on litters, their gold glinting in torchlight. Dancers moved with grace, their steps slow, their robes swaying under a starry night. Families gathered, their offerings of bread and beer laid before altars, the air sweet with sesame and dates. These rituals, calm and rhythmic, bound Sumer's people to their gods. Sumer's myths shaped their world, their stories told by firesides. Inanna's descent to the underworld, stripped of her jewels, spoke of death and rebirth. Her return a quiet hope. Enki's cunning, saving humanity from a flood, was whispered in temples, his wisdom a guide. Enlil's storms, though fierce, were tempered by mercy, his breath a breeze over fields. These tales, carved on clay, were read under lamplight, their words soothing as a river's flow. The temple's ziggurats, like Rome's Colosseum, were monuments of faith, their bricks laid with care, their steps a path to the divine. Their priests, like gladiators in an arena, performed rituals for the crowd, their acts a quiet spectacle. Sumer's gods, like the Colosseum's arches, endured, their stories a testament to a people's dreams, whispered through time's gentle pull. As we drift toward the next part, we will explore the Assyrian Empire, its warriors and kings rising in the north. For now, let the soft glow of Nana's moonlight linger in your mind, like a crescent guiding a silent night. Let us drift deeper into the soothing mysteries of the past, settling into the tranquil tale of the Assyrian Empire, a northern power that rose with quiet strength in Mesopotamia. Imagine a land where the Tigris River flows gently, where cities like Ashur and Nineveh stand proud under a starry sky, and warriors march with steady steps. This narrative unfolds with the calm rhythm of a chariot rolling over dusty plains, carrying us through the Assyrians' conquests and their enduring legacy. Settle deeper into this serene story as we explore the boring yet captivating details of Assyria's rise, a gentle chapter in Mesopotamia's dreamy legacy. By 2000 BCE, Mesopotamia's southern cities, Uruk, and Babylon, shone brightly, their ziggurats gleaming under a warm sun. In the north, along the Tigris, the Assyrians built their own world, their cities smaller but resilient, their fields fed by gentle rains. Ashur, the heart of Assyria, stood on a rocky cliff, its mud brick walls sturdy, its temple to the god Ashur glowing with torchlight. The Assyrians, traders and farmers, lived simply, their lives tied to the river's flow, their prayers a quiet hum under a starry night. The Assyrian Empire began modestly, its early kings ruling from Ashur, their palaces plain, their crowns of woven reed. Around 1800 BCE, Shamshi-Adad I, a bold king, expanded Assyria's reach, his armies marching with soft steps to Mari and Babylon. His throne, carved from cedar, stood in a hall lit by oil lamps, its shadows cool and still. He built canals, their waters feeding fields, and fortified cities, their gates guarded by stone lions. His reign, though brief, set a foundation, its stones laid with care. Like bricks in a ziggurat, after Shamshi-Adad's death, Assyria waned, its cities quiet under neighboring powers. But by 1365 BCE, Ashur-uballit I revived its glory, his rule steady as the Tigris's current. He conquered nearby tribes, their villages yielding under a somber dawn, and forged alliances, his letters sealed on clay tablets. Ashur grew, its markets bustling with traders, their goods, wool, tin, piled under awnings. The temple of Ashur, rebuilt with care, shone with lapis lazuli, its priests chanting softly to the god of war and wisdom. The Middle Assyrian Empire peaked under Tiglath-Pileser-Wenner, crowned around 1114 BCE. His armies, disciplined and swift, marched across Mesopotamia, their bronze spears glinting faintly. He subdued Babylon, its walls silent under his gaze, and reached the Mediterranean, its waves lapping gently. Tiglath-Pileser's scribes recorded his deeds, their styluses pressing cuneiform into clay, their tablets drying under a clear sky. He built a palace in Ashur, its walls carved with scenes of hunts, lions falling under a quiet sun. Assyria's strength lay in its organization, its kings ruling with a firm but calm hand. They built roads, their stones smooth, linking cities from Ashur to Haran. Caravans moved slowly, their camels carrying cedar from Lebanon, the air sweet with resin. Governors oversaw provinces, their decrees etched on clay, ensuring taxes filled the treasury, its coins clinking softly. The army, trained in camps, used iron weapons, their blades sharp, their drills a silent rhythm under starry skies. Nineveh, Assyria's later capital, rose under Shalmaneser III around 858 BCE. Its walls, vast and thick, encircled gardens, their palms swaying in a gentle breeze. The temple of Ishtar, goddess of love and war, stood at the city's heart, its altar warm with offerings of wine and barley. Shalmaneser's black obelisk, a stone pillar, showed his victories, its carvings of kings bowing etched with care. Battles like Karkar, fought against Syrian kings, saw Assyrian chariots rolling steadily, their wheels muffled in dust. The empire's peak came under Ashurbanipal, crowned in 668 BCE, a scholar king whose love for knowledge matched his might. His library in Nineveh, a quiet hall of clay tablets, held thousands of texts, myths, laws, omens, their wedges pressed by scribes under lamplight. The Epic of Gilgamesh and Enuma Elish rested here, their stories whispered by scholars. Ashurbanipal's palace, adorned with reliefs of lion hunts, gleamed under a golden sun, its halls cool and still. Assyria's gods, Ashur and Ishtar, guided its people, their temples central to life. Priests offered sheep, their blood spilled softly, while festivals filled streets with music, lyres and drums echoing gently. The Akitu festival, honoring Marduk, saw processions along Nineveh's processional way, statues carried under torchlight, dancers moving with slow grace. The gods' myths of battles and creation soothed listeners, their words a lullaby on clay. Yet Assyria's might drew enemies. By 612 BCE, Babylon and the Medes allied, their armies gathering like a quiet storm. Nineveh fell, its walls breached, its palaces burned, their ashes settling under a somber dusk. The empire faded, its cities silent, but its legacy, art, laws, libraries, endured like stars in a fading sky. This tale, with its gentle power, mirrors the Colosseum's creation, a monument of strength and vision. Assyria's cities, like Rome's arches, rose with care, their stones a testament to ambition. The library of Ashurbanipal, like the Colosseum's spectacles, preserved stories, its tablets a whisper of eternity. As we drift toward the next part, we will explore the Neo-Babylonian Empire and Nebuchadnezzar's wonders. For now, let the soft murmur of Nineveh's gardens linger in your mind, like a breeze through a silent city. Let us drift deeper into the soothing mysteries of the past, settling into the tranquil tale of the Neo-Babylonian Empire and the wonders of Nebuchadnezzar II, a king whose vision reshaped a city into a marvel. Imagine Babylon, its mud brick walls gleaming under a golden Mesopotamian sun, its gardens lush, its ziggurat touching the stars. This narrative unfolds with the gentle rhythm of palm fronds swaying in a breeze, carrying us through Babylon's rebirth and its fabled splendor. Settle deeper into this serene story as we explore the boring yet captivating details of a brief but dazzling empire, a dreamy chapter in Mesopotamia's timeless legacy. By 626 BCE, Assyria's empire lay in ruins, its cities like Nineveh reduced to ash, their stones silent under a somber sky. In southern Mesopotamia, Babylon stirred once more, its people eager to reclaim their glory. The Neo-Babylonian Empire rose under Nabopolassar, a Chaldean leader, his heart set on reviving the city's ancient name. He allied with the Medes, their armies marching with quiet resolve, toppling Assyrian strongholds. Babylon, reborn, became a beacon, its walls rising anew, its Euphrates waters lapping gently against keys. Nabopolassar's son, Nebuchadnezzar II, crowned in 605 BCE, brought Babylon to its zenith, his reign a golden age lasting until 562 BCE. A warrior and builder, his toga was simple, his palace lit by oil lamps, its halls cool under a starry night. He conquered lands, from Judah to Syria, his armies steady, their bronze spears glinting faintly. In Jerusalem he captured the city, its temple falling under a somber dawn, its people led to Babylon in a quiet exile, their steps slow along dusty roads. Nebuchadnezzar's true legacy was Babylon's transformation, its walls and temples rebuilt with care. The city's fortifications, double-layered and vast, stretched for miles, their mud bricks baked under a relentless sun. The Ishtar Gate, a masterpiece, gleamed with blue-glazed tiles, its lions and dragons glowing in torchlight. The processional way, lined with palm trees, led to the gate, its stones smooth under pilgrims' sandals, their prayers a soft murmur. Babylon's markets bustled, traders bartering lapis lazuli and cedar, their voices low under awnings. The Hanging Gardens, one of the seven wonders, bloomed in legend, their terraces lush with greenery, watered by ingenious pumps from the Euphrates. Though some doubt their existence, tales describe vines cascading over stone, their leaves rustling in a gentle breeze, a gift to Nebuchadnezzar's wife, Amaitis, longing for her mountainous home. The gardens, real or mythic, stood as a symbol of Babylon's wealth, their shade cool, their flowers fragrant under a golden sun. The Itamananki Ziggurat, dedicated to Marduk, towered over Babylon, its 7 tiers rising like steps to the heavens, its summit catching starlight. Priests climbed its stairs, their robes flowing, offering wine and barley, their chants blending with the river's flow. Marduk's temple, the Asagala, stood nearby, its walls adorned with gold, its statue of the god draped in linen, its eyes of lapis gleaming softly. Festivals filled the streets, the Akitu celebration honoring Marduk with processions, statues carried on litters, their gold glinting in torchlight. Nebuchadnezzar's palace, vast yet simple, housed scribes who recorded his deeds, their styluses pressing cuneiform into clay tablets drying under a clear sky. He rebuilt canals, their waters feeding fields, ensuring harvests of barley and dates. Boats glided on the Euphrates, their reeds sturdy, carrying goods to distant ports. The city's wealth grew, its treasury filled with silver, its coins clinking softly in merchants' hands. Artisans crafted seals, their carvings of gods and kings sharp, their work a quiet art. Babylon's laws, building on Hammurabi's code, guided daily life, their words etched on clay, ensuring justice for traders and farmers. Priests held sway, their rituals a steady rhythm, their omens read in sheep's livers under lamplight. The city's scribes, trained in tablet houses, wrote poems and lists, their tablets piled neatly, preserving Babylon's story. The Enuma Elish, retold in Marduk's honor, soothed listeners, its creation myth a lullaby for the ages. Yet Babylon's glory was brief, like a star fading at dawn. Nebuchadnezzar died in 562 BCE, his body laid in a simple tomb, the city mourning under a somber dusk. His successors, weak and divided, ruled briefly, their palaces quiet. In 539 BCE, Cyrus the Great of Persia entered Babylon, its gates open, its people bowing silently. The empire fell, its walls still, but its wonders, the gate, the ziggurat, endured, their stones whispering of a golden age. This tale, with its gentle splendor, mirrors the Colosseum's creation, a monument born from vision and toil. The hanging gardens, like Rome's arches, were a marvel of human hands, their beauty a quiet testament to ambition. Babylon's ziggurat, like the Colosseum's arena, stood as a sacred space, its legacy etched in time's soft clay. As we drift toward the next part, we will explore the Persian conquest and Mesopotamia's place in a new empire. For now, let the soft rustle of Babylon's gardens linger in your mind. Like a breeze through a silent oasis, let us glide deeper into the soothing mysteries of the past, settling into the tranquil tale of the Persian conquest and Mesopotamia's transformation under a vast new empire. Imagine a land where the Euphrates flows gently, where Babylon's blue-glazed gates stand silent under a starry sky, and a new power brings order with a quiet hand. This narrative unfolds with the calm rhythm of a caravan crossing a desert, carrying us through Cyrus the Great's rise and Mesopotamia's place in the Persian Empire. Settle deeper into this serene story as we explore the boring yet captivating details of a shifting world, a dreamy chapter in Mesopotamia's timeless legacy. By 550 BCE, the Neo-Babylonian Empire shone brightly, its Ishtar Gate gleaming, its ziggurat towering over the Euphrates. But shadows loomed, like a soft mist over the river, as a new force rose in the east. Persia, a land of mountains and plains, its people hardy, their hearts bold yet calm. Cyrus the Great, a Persian king, emerged as a leader, his vision vast, his steps steady. Born in Persis, his upbringing simple, he united tribes, their loyalty sealed under a clear sky, forging the Achaemenid Empire. Cyrus, crowned around 559 BCE, began his conquests with care, his armies marching with soft resolve. He defeated the Medes, his kin in 550 BCE, their king bowing in a quiet valley, the mountains still. Lydia fell next, its gold-rich rivers yielding under a somber dawn. Cyrus turned to Babylon, its walls vast, its wealth legendary. In 539 BCE, his forces approached, their spears glinting faintly, the Euphrates reflecting a fading moon. Babylon's gates opened, its people weary, welcoming Cyrus without a fight, their surrender a silent wave. Cyrus entered Babylon, his horse steady, his cloak plain under torchlight. He honored Marduk, the city's god, offering gifts at the Asagala temple, its altar warm with incense. The priests, their robes flowing, chanted softly, accepting him as a liberator. Cyrus freed exiles, including the Jews from Jerusalem, their steps slow as they returned home, their prayers a low hum. His decree, etched on the Cyrus cylinder, A clay record spoke of peace, its words a gentle promise of justice, preserved in Babylon's archives. The Persian Empire, vast as a desert sky, stretched from Egypt to India, its roads linking cities like beads on a thread. The royal road, its stones laid with care, ran from Susa to Sardis, couriers riding swiftly, their hooves muffled in dust. Babylon, once a capital, became a province, its ziggurat still standing, its markets bustling under palm shade. Satraps, Persian governors, ruled with a steady hand, their palaces simple, their decrees written on parchment under lamplight. Persian rule brought calm, its taxes fair, its laws blending local customs with imperial order. Babylon's scribes continued their work, their styluses pressing cuneiform into clay, recording harvests and omens. Temples, like the Esagila, glowed with offerings, their priests chanting to Marduk and Anahita, a Persian goddess, their voices mingling like rivers. Caravans crossed Mesopotamia, their camels carrying silk and spices, the air sweet with cedar from distant lands. Cyrus died in 530 BCE, his body laid in a stone tomb at Pasargadae, its steps silent under a starry sky. His son, Cambyses II, ruled briefly, conquering Egypt, its pyramids looming under a relentless sun. Darius I, crowned in 522 BCE, strengthened the empire, his vision as steady as a river's flow. He built Persepolis, a grand capital, its columns carved with lions, its halls glowing with torchlight. His Behistun inscription, carved on a cliff, told of his victories, its cuneiform sharp under a clear dawn. In Mesopotamia, Darius rebuilt Babylon's walls, their bricks baked anew, their lions gleaming on the Ishtar gate. He dug canals, their waters feeding fields, ensuring barley grew under a golden sun. His satraps, loyal and calm, oversaw trade, their markets alive with the soft clink of silver coins. The Persian postal system, swift and silent, carried messages across the empire, its riders pausing only under starry nights. Festivals, like the Akitu, continued in Babylon, their processions slow, their music, lyres and drums, echoing softly. The Persian Empire respected Mesopotamia's gods, its temples standing as sacred links to the past. Priests offered wine and sheep, their altars warm, their chants a quiet rhythm. Scribes copied myths like the Enuma Elish, their tablets piled neatly. Preserving Babylon's voice, artisans crafted seals, their carvings of kings and gods sharp, their work a silent art under lamplight. The empire's peace, though vast, was fragile, its borders tested by distant tribes, their raids a faint whisper. By 330 BCE, Persia fell to Alexander the Great, his armies sweeping through like a gentle storm, Babylon opening its gates once more. The city, though no longer a capital, remained a jewel, its ziggurat enduring, its gardens lush under a fading moon. Persia's legacy, like Mesopotamia's, was one of order, its roads and laws a quiet thread through time. This tale, with its gentle conquest, mirrors the Colosseum's creation, a monument of vision and endurance. Persia's empire, like Rome's arches, united lands, its stones a testament to ambition. Babylon's gates, like the Colosseum's arena, stood as symbols of glory, their shadows whispering of a lost age. As we drift toward the next part, we will explore Alexander's conquest and Mesopotamia's place in his empire. For now, let the soft glow of the Ishtar gate linger in your mind, like a star guiding a silent night. Let us drift deeper into the soothing mysteries of the past. settling into the tranquil tale of Alexander the Great's conquest and Mesopotamia's place in his vast, fleeting empire. Imagine a land where the Euphrates flows gently, where Babylon's blue-glazed gates shimmer under a starry sky, and a young king's ambition reshapes the world. This narrative unfolds with the calm rhythm of a horse's hooves on a desert road, carrying us through Alexander's triumphs and Mesopotamia's quiet transformation. Settle deeper into this serene story as we explore the boring yet captivating details of a new era, a dreamy chapter in Mesopotamia's timeless legacy. By 334 BCE, the Persian Empire, under Darius III, stretched across Mesopotamia, its satraps ruling Babylon with a steady hand. The city's ziggurat still towered, its mud-brick walls glowing under a warm sun, its markets alive with the soft clink of silver coins. But a new force rose in the west. Alexander, king of Macedon, his heart bold, his vision boundless. Born in 356 BCE, raised on tales of heroes, he dreamed of a world united, his steps swift but calm, his eyes fixed on the horizon. Alexander began his conquests at 22, his army small but fierce, their bronze armor glinting faintly. He defeated Persia's forces at Granicus, a river battle under a clear sky, the water reflecting a fading dawn. By 333 BCE, he faced Darius III at Issus, a coastal plain, his phalanxes moving with quiet precision, their spears steady. Darius fled, his chariot left behind, its wheels still in the dust. Alexander marched on, his path leading to Mesopotamia, its rivers a quiet guide. In 331 BCE, Alexander reached Gaugamela, near Arbela in northern Mesopotamia. The plain was vast, its earth dry under a somber sun. Darius's army, with chariots and elephants, outnumbered Alexander's, their banners swaying in a gentle breeze. Alexander's tactics, sharp as a stylus, outmaneuvered the Persians, his cavalry circling like a soft tide. Darius fled again, his empire crumbling, the battlefield silent under a starry night. Babylon, hearing of the victory, opened its gates, its people bowing quietly to the new king. Alexander entered Babylon in triumph, his horse steady, his cloak plain under torchlight. He honored Marduk, offering sheep at the Asagala temple, its altar warm with incense. The priests, their robes flowing, chanted softly, welcoming him as a liberator. Babylon's ziggurat, the Atemenanki, gleamed under moonlight, its steps worn by pilgrims. Alexander made the city his eastern capital, its palaces alive with Macedonian soldiers, their voices low in the halls. Alexander's empire, stretching from Greece to India, was a tapestry of cultures, its threads woven with care. In Babylon, he blended Persian and Greek ways, his court a quiet mix of togas and tunics. He married Roxana, a Bactrian princess, under a starry sky, her veil glowing softly. His generals, loyal but restless, governed provinces, their decrees etched on parchment. Babylon's scribes continued their work, their styluses pressing cuneiform into clay, recording taxes and omens under lamplight. The city thrived as a hub, its markets bustling with traders from Egypt and India, their goods, silk, spices, piled under palm awnings. The Euphrates carried boats, their reeds sturdy, linking Babylon to distant ports. Alexander planned a fleet to explore the Persian Gulf, its waters calm, its shores unknown. He rebuilt Babylon's walls, their bricks baked anew, and restored canals, their flow-feeding fields of barley and dates, the harvest steady under a golden sun. Alexander's vision was vast, his dream a world united, its people sharing one culture. He held mass weddings in Susa, his soldiers marrying Persian women, their vows whispered under torchlight. In Babylon, he trained local youths as soldiers, their drills silent in dusty camps. Yet his ambition tired his men, their hearts heavy, their steps slow across deserts. The empire, though grand, was fragile, like a reed bending in the wind. In 323 BCE, Alexander fell ill in Babylon's palace, his fever rising under a somber sky. For days he lay in a cedar bed. His generals gathered, their voices hushed. He died at 32, his body still, the city mourning under a fading moon. His empire, without an heir, fractured, its pieces claimed by generals, the Diadochi, their battles a quiet storm. Babylon remained a prize, its ziggurat enduring, its gates gleaming under starlight. Mesopotamia, under Alexander's successors, the Seleucids, saw new cities rise, their streets laid with Greek designs. Seleucia, near Babylon, grew, its agora bustling, its temples blending Marduk with Apollo. Yet Babylon's glory faded, its markets quieter, its ziggurat worn by time. The region's legacy, its myths, laws, and temples, endured, its stories whispered on clay tablets, their words a lullaby for the ages. This tale, with its gentle conquest, mirrors the Colosseum's creation, a monument born from ambition and vision. Alexander's empire, like Rome's arches, was vast but fleeting, its stones a testament to dreams. Babylon's gates, like the Colosseum's arena, stood as symbols of glory, their shadows whispering of a lost age. As we drift toward the next part, we will explore the Seleucid era and Mesopotamia's Greek influence. For now, let the soft glow of Babylon's ziggurat linger in your mind, like a star guiding a silent night. Let us glide deeper into the soothing mysteries of the past, settling into the tranquil tale of the Seleucid era and the gentle blending of Greek and Mesopotamian cultures. Imagine a land where the Euphrates flows softly, where Babylon's ancient walls stand beside new cities with Greek columns and scribes write under a starry sky. This narrative unfolds with the calm rhythm of a lyre's, notes echoing in a quiet agora, carrying us through the Seleucid dynasty's rule and Mesopotamia's transformation. Settle deeper into this serene story as we explore the boring yet captivating details of a hybrid world, a dreamy chapter in Mesopotamia's timeless legacy. After Alexander the Great's death in 323 BCE, his empire shattered like clay under a hammer, its pieces claimed by his generals, the Diadochi. Babylon, once his eastern capital, mourned under a somber moon, its ziggurat silent, its markets hushed. Seleucus the First, one of Alexander's trusted commanders, emerged as ruler of Mesopotamia, founding the Seleucid dynasty around 305 BCE. His crown was simple, his palace modest, its cedar beams glowing in torchlight. Seleucus sought to blend Greek and local ways, his vision steady as the Tigris's flow. Seleucus built Seleucia, a new city on the Tigris, near Babylon, its streets laid in a Greek grid, its agora bustling with traders. White marble columns rose, their shadows cool under a golden sun, while temples to Zeus and Apollo stood beside shrines to Marduk, their altars warm with offerings. Seleucia grew quickly, its markets filled with silk from the east and wine from the west, the air sweet with olive oil. Boats glided on the Tigris, their sails catching a gentle breeze, linking the city to distant ports. Babylon, though no longer the capital, remained sacred, its Esagila temple gleaming, its priests chanting softly to Marduk. The ziggurat, Etemenanki, stood tall, its steps worn by pilgrims, their sandals soft on stone. Seleucid kings honored local gods, their offerings of barley and wine laid under starlight, ensuring peace with Mesopotamia's people. Scribes, trained in cuneiform, wrote alongside Greek clerks, their parchments and clay tablets piled neatly, recording taxes and hymns in two tongues. The Seleucid Empire stretched from Syria to India, its roads winding through deserts, their stones smooth under caravans' steps. The royal road, inherited from Persia, carried couriers, their horses galloping silently, delivering decrees from Antioch, the western capital. Governors, or satraps, ruled Mesopotamia's provinces, their palaces simple, their seals carved with Greek and Babylonian motifs, lions beside laurel wreaths. The empire's peace, though fragile, was a quiet thread, binding cultures like reeds in a basket. Greek culture flourished, its influence gentle but deep. Theaters rose in Seleucia, their stages hosting plays, their words echoing softly under torchlight. Philosophers debated in agoras, their voices calm, while athletes competed in games, their races swift but silent. Yet Mesopotamian traditions endured, their myths retold in temples, their festivals alive with lyres and drums. The Akidu festival, honoring Marduk, saw processions through Babylon, statues carried on litters, their gold glinting in the dusk. Seleucid kings like Antiochus III, crowned in 222 BCE, strengthened the empire, his armies marching with steady steps. He reclaimed lands lost to rivals, his battles fought under a clear sky, his victories etched on stone. In Babylon, he restored the Asagila, its walls gleaming anew, its priests grateful under a starry night. His coins, stamped with his face, circulated in markets, their silver clinking softly, blending Greek profiles with cuneiform script. Yet challenges loomed like a soft shadow over the Tigris. Parthians, a rising power in the east, pressed the empire's borders, their horsemen swift, their arrows silent. Internal strife with rival kings weakened the Seleucids, their thrones contested in quiet halls. By 141 BCE, the Parthians captured Seleucia, its agora still, its columns cool under a somber sun. Babylon held longer, its walls enduring, but fell to Parthian rule, its ziggurat silent, its markets quieter. Mesopotamia's people adapted, their lives a gentle blend of old and new. Scribes wrote in Aramaic, a new script, its letters flowing like a river, while Greek words crept into markets. Temples to Ishtar and Anahita stood side by side, their altars warm with shared offerings. Artisans crafted seals, their designs mixing Greek gods with Babylonian stars, their work a silent art under lamplight. The Epic of Gilgamesh, still read, soothed listeners, its verses a lullaby on clay. This era, with its gentle fusion, mirrors the Colosseum's creation, a monument blending strength and beauty. The Seleucid cities, like Rome's arches, were built with care, their stones a testament to harmony. Babylon's ziggurat, like the Colosseum's arena, stood as a sacred space, its legacy whispering through time's soft pull. As we drift toward the next part, we will explore the Parthian Empire and Mesopotamia's eastern shift. For now, let the soft hum of Seleucia's agora linger in your mind. Like a breeze through a silent city, let us glide deeper into the soothing mysteries of the past, settling into the tranquil tale of the Parthian Empire and Mesopotamia's quiet transformation under its eastern rule. Imagine a land where the Tigris flows gently, where cities like Ctesiphon rise with mud brick splendor, and horsemen ride under a starry sky. This narrative unfolds with the calm rhythm of hooves on a desert trail, carrying us through the Parthians' rise and their blend of Persian and Mesopotamian ways. Settle deeper into this serene story as we explore the boring yet captivating details of a new era, a dreamy chapter in Mesopotamia's timeless legacy. By 141 BCE, the Seleucid Empire waned, its cities like Seleucia and Babylon weakened by internal strife and external foes. The Parthians, a nomadic people from the Iranian plateau, emerged as a new power, their bows sharp, their horses swift but silent. Led by Mithridates I, crowned around 171 BCE, they swept into Mesopotamia, their conquests steady, their banners swaying in a gentle breeze. Babylon fell quietly, its blue-glazed Ishtar gate open, its people bowing under a somber sun. Mithridates, a king of wisdom and might, made Ctesiphon, near the Tigris, his capital, its walls rising from the plain, their mud bricks baked under a warm sky. Ctesiphon grew grand, its palaces adorned with arches, their stones gleaming in torchlight. The city became a hub, its markets bustling with traders from India to Rome, their goods, silk, incense, piled under palm awnings. Boats glided on the Tigris, their reeds sturdy, linking Ctesiphon to distant ports, the river reflecting a fading moon. The Parthian Empire, stretching from the Euphrates to the Indus, was a vast but loose realm, its kings ruling with a light hand. Satraps governed provinces, their decrees written on parchment, their seals carved with winged horses. In Mesopotamia, Babylonian traditions endured, their temples to Marduk and Ishtar alive with offerings, their priests chanting softly under starlight. The ziggurat of Babylon, though worn, stood tall, its steps a quiet path for pilgrims bearing wine and barley. Parthian culture blended Persian and Mesopotamian ways, like rivers meeting in a calm flow. Their kings, draped in silk, honored local gods, their altars warm with incense. Scribes wrote in Aramaic, its script flowing smoothly, recording taxes and myths on clay and parchment. The Epic of Gilgamesh was still read, its verses whispered by firesides, soothing listeners like a lullaby. Artisans crafted reliefs, their carvings of horsemen and kings sharp, their work glowing under lamplight. Trade thrived under Parthian rule, the Silk Road passing through Mesopotamia, its caravans plodding slowly. Camels carried spices from Arabia and jade from China, their steps muffled in desert dust. Ctesiphon's markets hummed, traders bartering under a golden sun, the air sweet with myrrh. The Parthians, skilled horsemen, guarded trade routes, their archers swift, their arrows silent. Their cavalry, clad in scale armor, patrolled plains, their horses grazing under a starry night. Festivals filled Mesopotamian cities, their music, lyres and flutes, echoing softly. The Akitu festival, though smaller, continued in Babylon, its processions moving along the processional way, statues of Marduk carried on litters, their gold glinting in torchlight. Dancers swayed with grace, their robes flowing, families offering bread under a clear sky. These rituals, calm and rhythmic, bound the people to their ancient gods, their prayers a low murmur. Parthian kings, like Phraates IV, crowned in 37 BCE, faced challenges from Rome, their western rival. Battles like Carrhae in 53 BCE saw Parthian archers triumph, their arrows falling like a quiet rain. Roman legions crumbling under a desert sun. Yet, peace treaties followed, their terms sealed on parchment, ensuring trade flowed like the Tigris. Mesopotamia, a borderland, saw Roman and Parthian envoys meet, their voices low, their gifts exchanged under palm shade. The Parthian Empire endured for centuries, its rule gentle but firm. By 224 CE, the Sassanids, a new Persian dynasty, rose, their armies sweeping through Ctesiphon, its gates yielding under a somber dawn. Mesopotamia adapted, its temples still standing, its markets alive with soft voices. The Parthian legacy, trade, art, tolerance, lingered, its stories etched in stone and clay, a whisper of a vast realm. This tale, with its gentle fusion, mirrors the Colosseum's creation, a monument blending strength and beauty. The Parthian cities, like Rome's arches, were built with care, their stones a testament to harmony. Ctesiphon's palaces, like the Colosseum's arena, stood as symbols of power, their shadows whispering of a lost age. As we drift toward the next part, we will explore the Sassanid Empire and Mesopotamia's enduring spirit. For now, let the soft hum of Ctesiphon's markets linger in your mind, like a breeze through a silent city. Let us glide deeper into the soothing mysteries of the past, settling into the tranquil tale of the Sassanid Empire and Mesopotamia's enduring spirit under its vibrant rule. Imagine a land where the Tigris and Euphrates flow gently, where Ctesiphon's arched palaces gleam under a starry sky, and ancient traditions blend with new splendor. This narrative unfolds with the calm rhythm of a silk banner, swaying in a desert breeze, carrying us through the Sassanids' rise and Mesopotamia's lasting legacy. Settle deeper into this serene story as we explore the boring yet captivating details of a final imperial chapter, a dreamy note in Mesopotamia's timeless saga. By 224 CE, the Parthian Empire, weakened by internal strife and Roman wars, began to fade. Its cities, like Ctesiphon, quiet under a somber sun. A new power rose from Persia. The Sassanids, led by Ardashir I, a warrior priest whose vision was as steady as the Tigris's flow. Born in Persis, his heart bold yet calm, Ardashir defeated the last Parthian king, Artabanus V, in a battle near Hormozgan, the plain still under a golden dawn. Ctesiphon, the Parthian capital, opened its gates, its mud brick walls glowing, its people bowing silently to a new dynasty. Ardashir I, crowned in 224 CE, founded the Sassanid Empire, his palace in Ctesiphon adorned with arched vaults, their stones gleaming in torchlight. He declared himself King of Kings, his crown heavy with jewels, his throne carved with lions. The Sassanids revived Persian traditions, their Zoroastrian faith a quiet flame, its fire altars burning under starry skies. In Mesopotamia, Babylonian temples stood firm, their priests chanting to Marduk, their offerings of wine and barley blending with Zoroastrian hymns. Ctesiphon grew grander, its Taki Kisra, a vast arched hall, soaring over the Tigris, its bricks baked under a relentless sun. The city's markets bustled, traders from China to Rome bartering silk and amber, their voices low under palm awnings. Boats glided on the river, their sails catching a gentle breeze, carrying spices to distant ports. The Sassanids built roads, their stones smooth, linking Ctesiphon to Susa and Persepolis, caravans plodding softly through deserts. The Sassanid Empire, stretching from Mesopotamia to India, was a realm of order. its kings ruling with a firm but fair hand. Shapur I, crowned in 240 CE, expanded the empire, his armies marching with steady steps. He defeated Roman emperors, capturing Valerian at Edessa in 260 CE. The battlefield silent under a somber sky. Reliefs at Nakshi Rostam, carved in rock, showed Shapur on horseback, his spear steady, Romans kneeling quietly. Mesopotamia, a frontier, saw battles, but its cities thrived, their walls enduring. Zoroastrianism shaped Sassanid life, its priests, or magi, tending sacred fires, their flames flickering in stone temples. In Babylon, the Asagala temple still honored Marduk, its ziggurat worn but proud, its steps climbed by pilgrims under moonlight. The Akitu festival continued, its processions slow along the processional way, statues of gods carried on litters, their gold glinting in torchlight. Mesopotamian myths, like the Epic of Gilgamesh, were retold, their verses soothing, read by lamplight on clay tablets. Sassanid kings supported learning, their courts alive with scholars. In Gundashapur, a city in Persia, a great academy rose, its halls quiet, its scribes translating Greek and Indian texts, Mesopotamian scribes using Aramaic and Pahlavi scripts, recorded laws and poems, their parchments piled neatly. Artisans crafted silver plates, their designs of kings hunting lions sharp, their work glowing under a clear sky. Music filled palaces, lutes and flutes echoing softly, their notes a lullaby for the court. Trade flourished. The Silk Road passing through Ctesiphon, its markets rich with jade and saffron. Caravans crossed deserts, their camels steady, the air sweet with myrrh. Sassanid coins, stamped with fire altars, circulated widely, their silver clinking in the traders' hands. The empire's peace, though tested by Roman wars, held firm, its diplomats exchanging gifts, silk robes, golden cups, under palm shade, their voices low and calm. Yet challenges loomed like a soft shadow over the Tigris. By the 7th century, the Sassanid Empire faced internal strife, its kings weakened by rivalries. The Byzantine Empire, Rome's heir, pressed from the west, their battles fought under a fading sun. In 633 CE, Arab armies, united by Islam, swept into Mesopotamia, their horses swift, their swords silent. Ctesiphon fell in 637 CE, its arches crumbling, its markets hushed under a somber dusk. The Sassanids faded, their fire altars dim, but Mesopotamia's spirit endured. Mesopotamia's legacy, its myths, laws and temples lived on, its stories whispered in new tongues. The ziggurat's shadow, like the Colosseum's arches, stood as a testament to human dreams, its bricks worn but eternal. The Sassanid era, with its gentle splendor, mirrors the Colosseum's creation, a monument blending strength and beauty, its stones a quiet hymn to the past. As we drift toward the next part, we will explore the Islamic conquest and Mesopotamia's new chapter under the caliphates. For now, let the soft glow of Ctesiphon's arches linger in your mind, like a fire warming a silent night. Let us glide deeper into the soothing mysteries of the past, settling into the tranquil tale of the Islamic conquest and Mesopotamia's transformation under the early caliphates. Imagine a land where the Euphrates flows gently, where Ctesiphon's arches fade under a starry sky, and a new faith reshapes an ancient cradle. This narrative unfolds with the calm rhythm of a camel's steps across a desert, carrying us through the rise of Islam and Mesopotamia's quiet rebirth. Settle deeper into this serene story as we explore the boring yet captivating details of a changing world, a dreamy chapter in Mesopotamia's timeless legacy. By 630 CE, the Sassanid Empire, once mighty, was weakened. Its palaces in Ctesiphon quiet, its fire altars dim under a somber sun. In Arabia, a new force emerged, unified by the Prophet Muhammad's teachings, its followers bound by faith. After his death in 632 CE, the Rashidun caliphs, led by Abu Bakr, carried Islam northward, their armies swift but disciplined, their banners swaying in a gentle breeze. Mesopotamia, a land of ancient cities, stood ready for a new era, its rivers reflecting a fading moon. In 636 CE, the Muslim armies, led by Khalid ibn al-Walid, met the Sassanids at the Battle of Yarmouk, a plain near Syria, its dust settling under a clear sky. The Sassanids, with heavy cavalry, fought bravely, but the Arabs' resolve was steady, their spears glinting faintly. Victory came quietly, opening Mesopotamia's gates. In 637 CE, Ctesiphon fell, its arched halls silent, its markets hushed as Arab horsemen entered, their steps soft on the Tigris's banks. The Caliph Umar, wise and just, governed from Medina, his decrees simple, written on parchment under lamplight. He spared Mesopotamia's cities, their temples and ziggurats untouched, their bricks enduring under a warm sun. Babylon, though faded, saw new life, its fields watered by ancient canals. The Arabs built new cities like Kufa and Basra, their mud-brick mosques rising beside the Euphrates, their domes glowing in torchlight. Kufa became a center, its streets alive with scholars, their voices low in quiet halls. Islam spread gently, its call to prayer a soft melody over Mesopotamian plains. Many locals, weary of Sassanid taxes, embraced the new faith, their prayers blending with the river's flow. Christian and Jewish communities, long rooted in the land, thrived under the dhimmi system, their churches and synagogues standing firm, their bells and chants mingling with muezzin's calls. Temples to Marduk faded, but their priests adapted, their altars cool under a starry sky. The Umayyad Caliphate, rising in 661 CE, moved the capital to Damascus, but Mesopotamia remained vital, its rivers a lifeline for trade. Baghdad, founded later under the Abbasids in 762 CE, grew near Ctesiphon, its round city designed with care, its walls encircling markets and mosques. The Tigris carried boats, their sails catching a gentle breeze, bringing silk from China and amber from the north. Markets hummed, traders bartering under palm shade, the air sweet with saffron and dates. Scholars flourished in Mesopotamia, their minds bright under the caliphates. The House of Wisdom in Baghdad, built under Harun al-Rashid, gathered scribes, their parchments piled neatly, translating Greek, Persian, and Indian texts. The Epic of Gilgamesh, preserved on clay, was studied, its verses soothing as a lullaby. Mathematicians like Al-Khwarizm wrote treatises, their numbers shaping algebra, their work a silent rhythm under lamplight. Poets crafted verses, their words flowing like the Tigris, read in quiet courtyards. Mosques, with minarets piercing the sky, became Mesopotamia's new temples, their tiles blue as Babylon's gates. The great mosque of Samarra, its spiral minaret twisting like a ziggurat, stood tall, its courtyard cool under a golden sun. Festivals filled the streets, their music, ouds and drums, echoing softly, families sharing bread under starlight. The Ramadan fast ended with feasts, their tables laden with dates, the air warm with laughter. Mesopotamia's ancient legacy, its myths, canals, and cities, blended with Islamic culture, like rivers meeting in a calm flow. Scribes wrote in Arabic, their script graceful, recording laws and stories. Artisans crafted mosaics, their designs of stars and vines sharp, glowing in mosque halls. The land's fields, fed by ancient canals, grew barley and rice, their harvests steady under a clear sky. Trade thrived, caravans crossing deserts, their camels plodding silently, linking Baghdad to distant lands. Yet challenges loomed like a soft shadow over the Tigris. The Abbasid Caliphate faced rebellions, their banners faint in distant provinces. By the 10th century, local dynasties rose, their rule gentle but firm. Mesopotamia's spirit, forged by Sumer, Babylon, and Persia, endured, its stories whispered in new tongues, its ziggurats a quiet memory under a starry night. This tale, with its gentle fusion, mirrors the Colosseum's creation, a monument blending old and new. The Caliphate's cities, like Rome's arches, were built with care, their stones a testament to harmony. Baghdad's domes, like the Colosseum's arena, stood as symbols of faith, their shadows whispering of a timeless land. As we drift toward the next part, we will explore the Abbasid Golden Age and Mesopotamia's cultural peak. For now, let the soft call of Baghdad's muezzin linger in your mind, like a prayer guiding a silent night. Let us drift into the final chapter of our soothing mysteries of the past, settling into the tranquil tale of the Abbasid Golden Age and Mesopotamia's cultural zenith under its enlightened rule. Imagine a land where the Tigris flows gently, where Baghdad's domes gleam under a starry sky, and scholars weave knowledge like threads in a quiet tapestry. This narrative unfolds with the calm rhythm of a quill scratching on parchment, carrying us through a time of learning, art, and serenity. Settle deeper into this serene story as we explore the boring yet captivating details of Mesopotamia's radiant era. A dreamy, close to our 15-part journey. By 750 CE, the Umayyad Caliphate had faded, its rule weakened by strife, its cities quiet under a somber sun. The Abbasids, claiming descent from the Prophet's uncle, rose in its place, their banners swaying in a gentle breeze. In 762 CE, Caliph al-Mansur founded Baghdad, the round city near the Tigris, its walls encircling a grand vision. Designed with care, its circular streets radiated like a star, its mosques and palaces glowing under a golden dawn. Baghdad became Mesopotamia's heart, its markets alive with the soft clink of coins. Under Harun al-Rashid, crowned in 786 CE, the Abbasid Empire reached its peak, its realm stretching from North Africa to Central Asia. Baghdad shone as a beacon, its domes tiled in blue, its minarets piercing a starry sky. The House of Wisdom, a grand library, stood at the city's core, its halls quiet, its shelves lined with scrolls and tablets. Scholars from Greece, Persia, and India gathered, their voices low, translating texts under lamplight. The Epic of Gilgamesh, etched on ancient clay, was studied, its verses soothing as a lullaby. The Abbasid Golden Age was a time of learning, its light steady as the Tigris's flow. Al-Khwarizmi, a mathematician, penned works on algebra, his numbers sharp, their logic a silent rhythm. Astronomers mapped stars, their charts drawn with care, their observatories cool under a clear sky. Philosophers like Al-Kindi debated, their words flowing like a river, blending Greek reason with Islamic faith. Scribes copied manuscripts, their Arabic script graceful, their parchments piled neatly in quiet rooms. Baghdad's markets thrived, traders bartering silk from China, spices from India, and amber from the Baltic, the air sweet with saffron. Boats glided on the Tigris, their sails catching a gentle breeze, linking the city to distant ports. Artisans crafted mosaics, their tiles forming stars and vines, glowing in mosque courtyards. Calligraphers wrote poetry, their verses praising love and faith, read under torchlight. The city hummed, its streets shaded by palms, its people moving with calm purpose. Mosques, like the great mosque of Samarra, with its spiral minaret, rose across Mesopotamia, their walls gleaming under a warm sun. The call to prayer, soft and melodic, drifted over rooftops, blending with the river's flow. Festivals filled the city. Ramadan's end marked by feasts, tables laden with dates and bread, families laughing under starlight. The Abbasids honored Mesopotamia's past, preserving Babylonian myths, their stories whispered in new tongues, their ziggurats a quiet memory. The Abbasids ruled with a gentle hand, their caliphs balancing faith and knowledge. Al-Ma'mun, Harun's son, crowned in 813 CE, expanded the House of Wisdom, its scholars translating Aristotle and Sanskrit texts, their work a bridge across cultures. Medicine flourished, with physicians like Al-Razi writing treatises, their cures drawn from herbs, their clinics calm under lamplight. Poets like Abu Nuwas sang of wine and gardens, their verses a soft melody, read in Baghdad's courtyards. Trade bound the empire, the Silk Road passing through Mesopotamia, its caravans plodding silently. Coins, stamped with Arabic script, clinked in traders' hands, their silver shining under a golden sun. The Abbasids built canals, their waters feeding fields of rice and barley, ensuring harvests under a clear sky. Palaces, like the Jawsak, gleamed with arches, their halls cooled by fountains, their tiles reflecting torchlight. Yet shadows loomed like a soft mist over the Tigris. By the 10th century, the Abbasid Empire faced rebellions, its provinces restless under distant caliphs. The Buyids, a Persian dynasty, seized Baghdad in 945 CE, their rule gentle but firm, the caliphs reduced to figureheads. Mesopotamia's spirit endured, its markets, mosques, and libraries alive with soft voices. The Mongols' arrival in 1258 CE brought devastation, Baghdad's walls falling, its books cast into the Tigris, their ink fading like a dream. Mesopotamia's legacy, its myths, laws, and learning lived on, its stories carried across centuries. The House of Wisdom, like the Colosseum's arches, was a monument to human dreams, its scrolls a testament to knowledge. Baghdad's domes, like Rome's arena, stood as symbols of glory, their shadows whispering of a timeless land. This concludes our 15-part journey through Mesopotamia's mysteries. From the creation myth to the Abbasid Golden Age, we've wandered through cities and tales, their echoes soothing as a river's flow. For now, let the soft hum of Baghdad's streets linger in your mind, like a star guiding a silent night. Thank you for drifting through the soothing mysteries of Mesopotamia with Mindleapic. We hope these tranquil tales of gods, kings, and cities have lulled your mind into peace.